Kirk, what week are we in, man? I don't even know what week we're entering.
We have already entered December football, and now we're into week 14 of the season.
Wow, man. Wow, week 14. And yes, we are already into December football. I mean, heck, December started with December football. I
Best
like
way to
it.
start
December.
December. Best way to start December.
It was great, man. Loved it. Welcome to Pick Six, where we cover six teams in the NFL, that being the Raiders, the Cowboys, the Niners, the Packers, the Chargers, and our beloved Steelers. Oh, yes, man. I believe. I
Ooh.
believe. Man, I'm a believer, man. It is
All
so
right.
crazy. I don't think I've ever came into a season with the expectations that I had, low expectations, and then being exceedingly just bam up there where where they're at now. Where I'm like, wow, like I don't think I've ever been so surprised. I've been surprised before, but I don't think I've been this surprised.
I think it's been a minute since us Steelers fans have felt this way. I mean, what I mean by that is this confident in the team, because yeah, I mean, we say that we're confident, but in reality, we kind of felt like, we'd probably make a playoff win if we're lucky. But
Mm.
there's some real optimism here, and I like it. I like it. It's been some years. It's been some years.
Well, it's December football. It is the Christmas season. So let's get into it. What do we got?
All right, first I'm gonna bring up the records, man. I have a 42-22 record, and the reigning, defending, undisputed Pick Six Universal Cruiserweight Champion of the world is at a 38-26 record. Both of us actually had a pretty solid week last week. We both went 5-1.
All right, all
Or no, I think
right,
it
all
was.
right.
Did you go six? No, we both went 5-1. 5-1. So pretty good week for the Pick Six last week. How does this week turn out? Well, to start off, we have the Raiders walking into Tampa Bay to play the Buccaneers. Raiders 2-10, coming off another loss against the Chiefs, and the Bucks are 6-6, coming off a overtime win against the Carolina Panthers. Now I'll say it, I was wrong. I was wrong with the Raiders. I had no idea that the snapper was going to snap the ball before Aiden O'Connell was going to know. I mean, it seemed like the only person who knew who was going to snap the ball was that snapper, was the center. So, I mean, just another weird way for the Chiefs to win, just to add another one. Add another weird win for the Chiefs this season.
It is amazing how the Chiefs have come so close to losing. It takes me back to that Broncos game where it's like, what? Like
Yeah.
what? How? What the heck happened? Um, but yet, they're still considered a powerhouse, which they're definitely a good team. Don't get me wrong, but it's crazy on how close and just how luck has been on their side for them to win, man. That's been something else. Baker Mayfield, my boy Baker Mayfield, man, getting that victory. I like it. I like it. Where's this game gonna be at?
It's going to be in Tampa Bay. It's going to be in Tampa.
Yeah, man. I was reading a couple of things on the Raiders, and I don't know, man. They might get rid of their coach. Maybe after
Mm.
this season. I don't agree with it. I remember they were so happy when they got him straight out of Compton. Um, Couple of stories out there, and I mean, look, man, the Raiders have been having a horrible, horrible season, and it's just kind of it's not even funny. It's just kind of sad now. They got to be one of the worst teams in the NFL.
Okay. See, now that you say that, I'm kind of wondering what this organization was expecting out of his first real season as their head coach. Like I said, before the season, did they have a solid roster? Sure, they did. Sure they did. Should they have drafted a quarterback? Yes. And that's one thing that I will criticize AP for, is that they should have got a quarterback coming into the season. But I mean, I want to know their expectations. That's all I'm going to ask. But I know it's not out there, but it'd be good to know. Yeah, Raiders are tanking. They're not a good team. I mean, shoot, they competed with the Kansas City Chiefs team, but everybody has this season, which is weird. I don't know how that's even possible. Whether you're a really good team or a really bad team, you're still out there competing with arguably the best team in the NFL right now. I give it to Detroit, but some would say the Chiefs still. Going into Tampa Bay, Buccaneers are gonna blow them out. There's no real critiques here. I just think the Buccaneers are a better team. They're still playing for something. They're still playing for the division. All the Raiders are playing for is that the first overall pick. That's really it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think Baker Mayfield. Man, I like what he's doing, man. I've been becoming more and more of a Baker Mayfield fan. He should have stayed with the Rams. He should have stayed. But anyway, yeah, you know what? There's no way that the Raiders go down there and get that victory. Yeah, Tampa Bay, they're still playing for they got a shot. So they're definitely playing for something, where the Raiders, I don't know, man. It looks like team morale is down. I read something about Tom Brady, that he's trying to that he wants to get his voice in there. But at this point, I think this season's already done for them, right? There's nothing else there. So if Tom Brady wants to start inserting himself, it's not going to show till next season, or during the off season, I should say. But yeah, I got Buccaneers on this one. They're all over it.
I'm glad you got to your senses in that situation, man, because for a few weeks, you were saying, oh, that 5%, the 5%. And I bought into it for 1 week. For 1 week, I bought into it. And that just crumbled. It crumbled real quick. All right. So glad you came to your senses with the Raiders. I mean, they're playing for something, for that first overall pick. If you want to say they're playing for anything. But yeah, Bucks go in there at their home and they tear the Raiders apart. That's really all I got to say.
Yeah, that 5% is that 5% is gonna insert itself during the off season.
All right, like I said, maybe it turns to 6% or maybe even 7% by next season. Who knows? Next, we have a team that's, I guess, still competing for something, right? The Dallas Cowboys hosting the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cowboys are 5-7, coming off another divisional win against the Giants. Bengals are 4-8, coming off a loss against the Steelers. Now, first off, let me just say this. The Bengals have to be the greatest 4-8 team that we have ever seen. All right, take that however you want to take that, but I don't know if I'm lying there.
No. The Bengals are a good team. It's one of those weird things. Now, I do understand the old school saying, "Hey, you are what your record says you are." I am a believer at that, because at the end, that's really what just really matters, right? However, the Bengals are a good team. If you're gonna beat them, you're gonna have to play hard and smart to beat that team. They are not a pushover team. They're not an easy team to beat. So definitely they're beatable, but they are a hard team to beat.
Yeah.
They're going into Arlington.
Yep. Jerry's World.
They're gonna smash the Cowboys, man.
Oh, you don't see this close game?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
You know what? I'll give the Cowboys a little bit more benefit of the doubt. Do I think they win this game? No. All right, because I'm not bought into the Cooper Rush and that Cowboys offense. Just a team. I'm not bought into it. Did they get two divisional wins? Yes. But one of them was against the Giants. The Giants are not a good team at all. Bengals, they're still somewhat playing for something. I mean, if they're holding on to any hope right now, which I believe they are, I really do. If they could run the table, they have somewhat of a shot at making the playoffs. So maybe they insert that in their heads. And yeah, I think it's a close game, but I do think the Bengals win because the Bengals defense is not good. I mean, we saw that on Sunday. Their defense is not good. So, maybe
Okay,
another
okay,
high scoring game.
okay. Their defense is not good, but is the Cowboys' offense good?
I wouldn't say so.
To rival their defense, I think this is gonna be a 3 possession game. I
Okay.
do, man. I mean, if there's any time for the Bengals to get out there and show that they're not uh what the record says they are, this is the one. You're going up against the Cowboys, you're going up against America's team, right? This is your time to shine, man. And I think they're gonna shine, and I think they're gonna put a beating on these Cowboys. Now the Cowboys, can you come off of a win with some momentum against a division rival? Yeah, I mean you can, but the Giants, the Giants are right there with the Raiders, man.
Yeah.
Competing for one of the worst. Who's the worst team in the NFL? So nah, man. It's gonna be a sad day in Arlington. It's gonna be a sad day in Arlington.
They've seen a lot of sad days this season over there. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna change my mind a little bit. I'm still going Bengals, but you know what? I'll say by 2 possessions. I think the score is gonna be 38-24. Because you're right. You're right. I'm not bought into that offense in Dallas. All right. You know, was there showing the Bengals defense good against a struggling Steelers offense? No, it was pretty bad. But you know what? At least I could say that the Steelers offense has showed up here and there. Cowboys offense, I can't really say that with them.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, man. I mean, that's it. I threw in the towel on the Cowboys. I had a little bit higher hopes. I didn't have high hopes for them, but I thought they could really compete in their division and make the playoffs. That's it, man. I'm disappointed in them. I threw in the towel, and that's it. Hey, just they're one of those teams. They're not the worst team in the NFL, okay, but they are in that bunch where it's like, let's hurry up and get the season over with.
Yeah.
Like how much more do you really want to see of this, right? So that's it, man. So Cowboy fans, you guys gotta start demanding a little bit more out of your team, man. Money talks. So all this super duper loyalty that you're showing, that's cool, that's great, but that just shows Jerry that you're not going anywhere. So regardless of what he does, you're not going anywhere, and that's not hurting his pocketbook. But yeah, if you want this team to be competitive, which I would like them to be competitive, man, I think it'd make the NFL a lot more interesting for that team to be competitive. And dog, they're you know they're sorry. They are. They're a sorry ass team right now.
Yeah, man. All right. Next, we have a Thursday night football matchup between the Green Bay Packers walking in to Ford Field to play the Lions. Packers are 9-3 coming off a win against Miami. Lions are 11-1 coming off a win against Chicago. This is a really good game. All right. This is one of the ones that I'm really excited about. All right. I think it should be really good. Last time, was it the best of games? It didn't meet like the hype. How do you feel on this one? Does it meet the hype compared to the last one? Because last time it didn't.
No, it didn't. You know what? For one reason or another, I just kind of threw that game out of the window, and I'm excited for this one too. I don't know why. People could come up and say like, why, man? Last time they played, it wasn't all that. It's like, yeah, I know, but I don't know. It just seems like a really good game. Um, both teams, they really want it, right? I mean, the Green Bay Packers are right there nipping at their heels, man. It's not like the Lions can just relax to take that NFC North. No, the Packers are right there. The Lions could feel the Packers breathing behind them. So, the fact that it's gonna be outside Chicago, December, it just sounds fun, man. It does. I'm having a tough time. I want to go Packers. I do because we cover the Packers here. I want to go Packers, but man, oh man, those Lions, they're just man, they're on another level right now.
Yeah.
They just are. They're on another level. Not too many people talking about them too much. Um, man, man. I'll let you. You go ahead. You go ahead. I gotta think a little bit here.
All right. So it's in Detroit. Like I said, the last time since it was in Green Bay, I did favor the Packers a little bit more. Since it's in Detroit, and like I've said, the Detroit fans have been impressing me this season throughout the entire season. They have. Um, both teams are playing some really good ball. Packers weren't playing the best, but now it looks like they're starting to hit their stride. What they, starting to show the potential that they showed last season. And the Lions, they've been good all year. Who beat the Lions? Was it the Buccaneers?
You know what? I forgot. I forgot.
I believe
I
it was
forgot
the
who beat them.
Buccaneers. It was a long time ago, though. I could tell you that they haven't lost in like 2 months. So that's why I'm kind of, you know what, man? I'll still go Lions. Am I completely sold on that pick? No. I feel like I still need to see more from the Packers side because I already know what the Lions are going to give.
Okay, to make it interesting, I'm gonna go Packers. I'm gonna go Packers. I think the odds are a little bit more stacked against the Packers because I do believe that the Lions are a better team. They've proven that, and it's also in it's in Detroit, right?
Yeah.
Oh wait, so it's a dome.
Ford
Oh
Field.
yeah, they play in a dome, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah yeah, no man, no. You know what? I don't know why I was thinking. I had freaking the Bears in mind, Soldier Field. Um, okay, so yeah, Detroit. Okay, yeah, it's indoor. Oh man, you know what? Damn, I don't know why I was thinking Chicago. I wasn't thinking about the Bears. I was thinking about the Lions. But now this just, you know what? I'll still go with Packers just to keep it interesting. I'll go with Packers, but damn, damn.
I'm gonna be
Had it been
real.
outside,
Yeah.
had it been outside with the elements and everything, I think not that it would favor one over the other, but I just think Green Bay would stand a better chance. But now that it's just going to be picture perfect for, just the best team to go out there and show what they can do, man, you know what? I'll still go Packers. I'll still go Packers. Go get them, Packers.
That's what I was saying the last time they played. The Packers had the advantage at Lambeau. But once you get to Detroit, that's going to be another story, But, all right, so you got Packers, I got Lions. All right, I'm expecting a good game no matter what, and I could see it going either way. I'm expecting a one-possession game. I am. And I hope my expectations are meet. All I'm asking for is a good game. You know what? To be honest, I know I picked the Lions. I don't really care who wins, but you know what? I just want a good game.
Yeah, same here. Hopefully it lives up to the hype, man. And Packers, I mean, there's their time to show too, man. Look, they're definitely in the running. They can still take this division. So, they're not too far from it.
And weird things happen on Thursday nights. We've seen
Oh
that
yeah.
before. I mean, yeah, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to talk about Thursday nights anymore. All right. Next, we have the 49ers hosting the Chicago Bears. The Niners are 5-7, same record as the Dallas Cowboys.
Wow.
Just throwing that out there.
Mm.
Coming off a loss against the Bills, Bears are 4-8 coming off of a loss against Detroit. And how could you not remember that loss on Thanksgiving? I watched it. I saw it live. The Bears had more than enough time to at least run a play or clock it or something. Even take a timeout. You still had a timeout. They ran out of time. You ran out of time with the timeout after to lose the game. You know, you wound up having to throw a Hail Mary, which, I mean, it didn't look like much of a Hail Mary because that's probably what the play design was. It probably wasn't a Hail Mary, but it was a terrible loss for the Bears. It really was. So now they have a new interim head coach. Does that help out the Bears?
One of the worst in all my years watching football, that was one of the worst clock managements I've ever seen. And what made it even worse is that that's how the game ended. I've seen bad clock management to go into halftime, things of that sort, but for it to end the game like that's like, dog, you had you had the timeout in your pocket. Like
And they were near
what
field goal range.
and you were in field goal range. It was so perplexing to see. I didn't understand it. Like what? Like you and I, we saw it together, and we're like, wait, what the heck happened? Is the game really over? Like
It was
I,
bad.
I was I was I was thinking for the refs to come back and say like, oh wait, put so much seconds on the clock because so and so called timeout. No, nothing. Just it's over. It's over. Or like, wait, you weren't getting blown out like you didn't have a chance. You were in field goal range, man. Like it was some of the worst clock managing I've ever seen, man. Um, so that's an embarrassing loss right there, right? Going into Santa Clara against the 49ers, which the 49ers have the same record as the
Mm,
Cowboys.
yeah. Yeah.
How
It's
about
very
that,
different.
man?
It's very surprising.
How about that? The two cool kids at school have losing records. The two coolest
Mm.
kids on the playground have losing records. The Niners and the Cowboys. I'm not hating because I'm saying you guys are the cool kids in the NFL. You guys are the cool kids on the schoolyard. But you guys got losing records, man. Like wow. And I didn't read anything up. What's up with Christian McCaffrey? Did
He's
you?
done.
It's over.
Yeah, he's done for the season. I watched a video before they even announced it. I did his calf popped. He wasn't
Oh,
touched or anything. His calf popped.
man.
So that's not good. I don't know if Shanahan confirmed it, but I know he did say that it's probably season ending.
Yeah, yeah, I saw him getting off of there out of the field, and I was just like, "Damn, that sucks, man." Look, I'm gonna go Bears on this one. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, that's a big blow for the Niners. I know they played a lot of the season without him. For the little bit that he was back, even him not probably even being 100%, he made a difference. No, he was able to run down that field, man. But I'm gonna go Bears on here, man. I'm sure the Bears have to be embarrassed on how that game ended, and
I
now
see
with
what
an
you did
interim
there.
coach, now with the new coach, he's fired up. He wants to go and make a statement, and it's like that. It's not like the Niners are a great team, so this is a chance for him to make a statement here. So I'm gonna go Bears.
After that embarrassing loss.
Hmm.
Okay. So not only are the Niners not going to have Christian McCaffrey, they're also not going to have their backup running back, who was actually doing pretty damn good this season. You know, he was getting close to on pace to being an 1,000-yard rusher. Um, Jordan Mason, solid running back, by the way. Oh man, you know what? I could flip a coin. If I had a coin in front of me, I would flip it, but I don't. But you know what? You went Bears. I guess I'll go Niners. Am I confident in that pick? No, not at all. Not at all. And I don't even, this team's not going to make the playoffs. I hate to say that, because they have a really talented roster. They really do. They just been dealt with a lot of injuries from star players. Ayuk went down earlier this season. He wasn't having the best season, but you know what? I mean, maybe he would have turned out doing good towards the end, but I guess we'll never know. McCaffrey definitely hurts. He's a generational talent. I don't know. The Super Bowl window for the Niners, this might have been the last season, if there was any. So that might have just closed.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think this was probably like the season, and the fact that they didn't even come close to it. I look, to me, I think their season is done. I do, man. I don't think they're making the playoffs, and the fact that they're a talented team, where they were talked about that, hey, you know what? Maybe they weren't favorite to go to the Super Bowl, but it wasn't too far fetched to think like, hey, you know what? They could make it to the Super Bowl. There's conversation there to say like, yeah, you know what? They could make a pretty decent run in the playoffs. It wasn't, you weren't talking crazy. The fact that they didn't even come close to it is it's sad, man. It's sad because yeah, and McCaffrey, that hurts, man. That hurts. You see a guy like that with his talent go down the way he did. Yeah, I got to go Bears.
And remember what I was saying when McCaffrey came back, how much they were playing McCaffrey.
Yeah.
And I said before that game that he should be limited on snaps, and he was not.
Mhm.
I mean, I just feel like they were reckless. They were being reckless with Christian McCaffrey, and now he's hurt even more, and now he's going to be gone for even longer, which, I mean, does he even come back from this? I don't know. I mean, you've had one really serious injury, it seems like, and you're going to get another serious injury. At least that's what it seems like. I don't know what's going on with the Niners. I think that they should move on from Shanahan after just this situation alone, but I think they have a lot of reason to get rid of Shanahan. I really do.
Okay. Okay. All right. Wouldn't be the worst thing.
And I know some Niner fans feel the same way also. I wouldn't
Mhm.
know. I wouldn't know. All right. But next, we have another good matchup between the Chargers and the Chiefs. The Chargers are 8-4 coming off a win against Kirk Chains and the Falcons. Chiefs 11-1 coming off a win against the Raiders. This is in Arrowhead Stadium.
I think that's gonna be that. I don't want to say it's to be the big game changer there. Look, I want the Chargers to win this game. I do, and I think they have a chance. All right, I think they got a shot at it, and I hope they do win the game. It's just time and time again, whatever it may be. I don't know, man. It just seems like luck always seems to find the Chiefs, which is why I'm gonna go KC. They're playing in Kansas City. I don't want the Chiefs to win. I want to make that very clear. I want the Chargers to win. But they're like everything goes their way, man. Everything goes their way. So, hopefully the Chargers get that victory. Hopefully they do. I do think it'll be competitive as other teams have been competitive with Kansas City. It's not like they've just blown everybody out of the water. But at the end, one possession, it's just, I got to go Chiefs on this one.
Everything has seemingly gone the Chiefs' way until Jim Harbaugh walks into Arrowhead Stadium. Call me crazy, guys. Call me crazy all you want, but you know what? I'm going to go Chargers, And you know what? The only reason why I'm going Chargers is because he went Chiefs. But you know what? That's besides the point. All right, I'm gonna make a little bit of a hype out of this. All right, Chargers defense is really good. I mean, they had Kirk Cousins throwing 4 interceptions. I mean, they won the game for the Chargers last week. The defense did with a pick. The one touchdown they scored was a pick 6. All right, appreciate you for the shout out, Chargers. Appreciate that, by the way. But Mahomes is gonna struggle like he has been this entire season, which, you know what, it's gonna be a very low scoring game. I think it is. I think it's gonna be a very, very defensive game because the Chargers defense has been keeping them in games and winning them games. So has the Chiefs. You know, so 2 really good defenses. It's really which offense makes the least amount of mistakes. That is what this game is going to come down to.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. I would say that both of these defenses, whatever mistake the offense makes, these defenses capitalize on it. You know, so yeah, there's certain defenses that don't really capitalize on mistakes. It's like, ooh, that was close, you know, but it was all on the offense, and the defense just couldn't do anything with it. No, these defenses can capitalize on your mistakes, man. So yeah, no, I'm with you. I go Chiefs, man.
All right. You know,
I think it's a good one. I must say it's a good game. I will say it is a damn good game. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. This one's gonna be fun.
All right. Do both these teams get past 20 points?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I could see one. I could see
Yeah,
one.
so can I. Yeah, so can I.
Yeah, I think if it gets that high scoring, I still think it's gonna be like 21-17 or something like that. I don't expect much scoring here. I mean, both offenses haven't really been doing that great. But like I said, whoever makes the least amount of mistakes between Justin Herbert or Patrick Mahomes is gonna win that game. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a good Sunday night football game. You know, I'm glad because this past week, the prime time and the Thanksgiving games, I'm gonna be honest, kind of lackluster. So this one makes up for it. You know, no disrespect, but I mean, they weren't all that great.
No, they weren't, man. Those were some terrible games.
Last but not least, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers hosting the Cleveland Browns. Steelers are 9-3 coming off a win against the Bengals. Browns are 3-9 coming off a loss against Denver. But as we saw from the last matchup, these records mean nothing. All right? The Browns were able to get the best of the Steelers last time out. What do you have for this one, man?
Yeah, usually in the AFC North, when they play against each other, usually records don't really mean too much. Man. Well, also the last time that they met, it was a Thursday nighter. Okay. I don't want to make any excuses, but because like I said, in the AFC North, records don't really mean too much. It's always kind of a challenge. Look, I'm a Steelers fan. I'm gonna go for my Steelers. Okay, but if I were not a Steelers fan, I still go for the Steelers. I don't see the Steelers losing 2 times to the Browns. All right. I just don't. And this is at Heinz Field, right?
In the Berg.
Yes. Yes. I mean, no, man. Look, I don't want to get overconfident here, man. I don't want to get overconfident. Am I putting too much sugar in the Kool-Aid? Damn it. I don't want to do that, but something tells me, man. Something tells me. I'm feeling it in here that the Steelers are I don't know if I should say smash them, but that they're gonna win pretty convincingly. That they're gonna win pretty convincingly. I don't, as a Steelers fan, I should know better. I should know better. All right, but I don't know, man. I don't want to. I don't want to listen to that little voice, that little feeling I'm getting in here and get overconfident. But I feel like the Steelers are gonna win by 2 possessions, man.
All right. Well, you know what? Let me give a little recap on last week's game. Yeah, I didn't really do that this week. Um, Defensively, they did struggle like I thought they would against a really good Bengals offense, but they were able to pick it up in the second half. All right, so that's pretty good. They were still able to get turnovers defensively, scoring defensively. All right, and really, that game shouldn't have been that close. All right. I called it out when Russell Wilson threw that pick six last week. That
Mm,
should have been a pass interference. All right. That defender grabbed onto Pickens and kind of threw him down. And then he turned it into a pick six. All right. I saw that. I guess the refs didn't see that. I saw that pretty clearly. But regardless, that didn't affect the game. Steelers still won, put up 44 points. The last time the Steelers put up 40 plus points in a game was in 2018. So that
wow.
was a long time coming. All right. You could fluke your way in getting a 40 plus point game in that span of time. But bad offensive coordinators, not so great offenses, that's what that kind of does to you. But this is a different team. I really do think so. And like I've said before, they could beat you in different ways. A high scoring game, if you want to get in a shootout, they could beat you in a shootout. A defensive game, they could win in different ways. And that's what I like. That's what I like seeing. All right. We didn't see that last year or the year before that. At least I don't think we did. Okay. But going into this game against the Browns,
Mhm.
it's get back time. It's get back time. All right. That last loss, I hope left a bad taste in your mouth. All right. Elements were there, but it's AFC North football. There's no excuse for that. So it's get back time for the Steelers. And the Browns don't really play that well in Pittsburgh, other than that one time that we don't talk about. So let's go, Steelers. I have confidence in this one.
Okay, okay. Two things that I didn't like. For one, the Bengals gave us a shout out. Bengals, we don't need you giving us any shout outs with pick
Uh,
sixes. All right.
Especially when it's
That
supposed to be
that
pass
yeah,
interference.
that's one.
You cheated
All
your
right,
way into a
that's
shout
one
out.
thing that's one thing I didn't like. Another thing I didn't like is that yeah, the Steelers may have scored over 40 points, but they still allowed the Bengals to get back into the game. Yes, there wasn't a lot of time left, but I don't remember the score
Yeah.
exactly, but you still allowed the Bengals to get up there into to score what 37, 38 points or something of that sort. I'm like,
Yeah, 38.
why are you letting these guys just get up there so much, man? So close. Something bad can happen. All right. Don't get comfortable because you've scored over 40 points. Like, no, damn that. Right? Defense, stop letting these guys just score. Because damn, what I forgot what year it was, but and I know Tom Brady's the GOAT and everything, but good gosh, man, that comeback against the Falcons that one year in the Super Bowl.
Mm,
When you get that lead, defense cannot just start relaxing and say like, oh, look at this, man, we're ahead by 3 possessions. No, you allowed them to get back in the game. Now, was I ever nervous at a time? Not really. There was, I mean, the clock was definitely not on the Bengals side. But again, certain things could have taken place where they could have caught lightning in a bottle and they could have turned that game around. Let's not do that. Okay, let's not do that. You get up there in points, defense, keep sticking it to them. So yeah, that's one thing I didn't like, man.
yeah. Yeah, they were up by 3 possessions at some point. Um,
Mm,
Offense had to close it out. And you know what? They finally did. They finally did, because a lot of these times it's always super reliant on the defense. Offense was able to close it out. So that's something that was nice to see. How about Russell Wilson? The way he played. He had a career day. A career day. I think it's what his second most passing yards in a single game. I mean, he was looking really good.
And you know what? You know something that I like too? That is that we've been seeing Justin Fields. It's not like
Yeah.
Justin Fields just rides the pine all game. Yeah, he probably doesn't get a lot of snaps, but nonetheless, I don't know if we've seen him in every game, but it seems like we've seen him in every game since Russell Wilson. Maybe not in game one that Russell Wilson started, but I just off the top of my head, it seems like he's been involved in every game after that. So I do like it. I do like what they're doing.
All right. So for this one against the Browns, you see it high scoring. Do you see a blowout? I know you were talking about blowout here. You're getting really confident in this one. How do you see this one faring off? I mean, it was a close game last time.
Yeah, I see a mini blowout. Two possessions. Two possessions. Man, you know what? Yeah, I'll go with two possessions. Two possessions, whether it's by a field goal or 14 points, but two possessions nonetheless.
I got the Steelers winning 31-17. 31-17. I
Okay.
think Russell Wilson has another solid game. Not as good as last week, but still a solid performance. You know, Jameis Winston has also been playing some pretty solid ball. He had 6 passing touchdowns on Monday, if you want to include those 2 pick sixes. So,
Mm.
I mean, other than that, he had 4. But you know what? Hey, Winston, you know, if you want to give us more shout outs, you know, we're all for it this week. But yeah, I don't expect like a
Yeah,
complete dud of a game. I think it still should be all right. You know, the Browns are going to be playing hard. They don't like the Steelers, so it should be all right.
yeah, every time the Browns play against the Steelers, it's the Browns Super Bowl. So Steelers need to know that and keep the momentum going, man. Keep doing what you guys are doing. Keep go in there and or they're gonna go into Heinz Field and get another victory. So let's do it.
And we will be live for that game on Sunday and tonight's game for the Lions and Packers. That should be a really good one. I'm pumped for that, man. I really am. I want to let you guys know I'm hyped for that game. So it should be some good football this weekend, man.
Come on, Packers. Don't let me down, man. Go Steelers.
Go Steelers. Got my ball too.
Bam.